Hi guys, I'm here with ShahZam from Team Complexity, and we're gonna talk a little bit before the start of StarSeries. How are you doing today?
I'm good, adjusting my sleep schedule, but...
Do you think it's gonna be a problem for you, different schedules and everything?
I think we've kind of gotten used to it because we've been traveling so much the last few months, like non-stop, Europe, America, so we've gotten pretty good at it.
So StarSeries is one of the first tournaments after the major, so I wanted to talk to you about the major itself. How it was for you, because you had some really good runs and really good matches. What do you feel after the major?
We definitely spent a long time in Europe at the major. I mean, it was like 5 weeks total, including our boot camp. We're really happy with our run, but we feel like we could do more. And StarSeries is kind of like our opportunity to prove that the major run wasn't a fluke. And that's our focus.
So you've had a really successful group stage, 3-0. You were one of the first teams to go to the playoffs. But then in the quarterfinal, you've had not very good game against MIBR. What was the problem? Your opponent itself, or maybe some emotions, nervous? What was that?
I think it was a combination of a lot of things. You know, through the group stage, we played a lot of Inferno. And obviously, it's a very strong map of ours, and we took advantage of, like, you know, the best of one Swiss system. And going into the quarterfinal, it proved that our map pool isn't very deep. You know, Train was a map that obviously we didn't have a whole lot on, and that's kind of been our focus moving forward after the major, is deepening our map pool and being able to play in these best of threes and play a variety of maps that we can't pinpoint to just one. Also, MIBR is just, you know, those guys are old major winners, some of them 2 majors. They've got a lot of experience on the stage. Well, for a lot of these guys I'm playing with, it was their first time playing in front of a crowd like that. It was their first time playing on a stage. And it's hard to say if that had any impact, but I'm sure it influenced a bit.
Do you remember what did you think about before the quarterfinal game, before entering this stage at the major?
I think everyone was really excited. You know, we were playing with a lot of confidence throughout the whole major, and we're excited to carry that forward. But it was also kind of like a reality check, in a sense that, you know, we were doing really well on just a few maps that we were confident on. And then once we had to get outside of our comfort zone, we realized how we were kind of outclassed on stage. So.
Okay, major ended. What was the chemistry like in the team after that? Were you disappointed a little bit, or maybe you were tired, exhausted? What was that?
I think everyone was definitely disappointed immediately following the loss. We were just upset that we could have had a better showing on stage, you know, after having such a, I guess, underdog story run throughout the whole tournament, and then kind of flopping in the quarterfinals is like a disappointing finish. But following the next couple of days, people more so accepted loss, and we're just happy overall of like our performance and how hard we worked. You know, we were definitely exhausted, but then we had to go to New York for an MSI tournament for a little bit, and then immediately playing online matches, so we really haven't had any days off, and it's been a little tough just finding some time to just relax.
And so who cheered you up in the team? Who's the person who always tried to relax everyone, to stay positive and everything?
It's definitely a group effort, but I'd say the biggest influence is our manager, Matt, or Warden. You know, he's a legendary CS name, and he's got a ton of experience playing for, you know, one of the best teams in the world when he was on Complexity. And so his insight and knowledge into being like a player and competing at these tournaments is really valuable to us.
Your first opponent here at StarSeries is Gambit. What do you think about them? Because they've had not very good major run, and then they surprised everyone at the next tournament. So what do you think about this opponent?
They're definitely a very good team with lots of talent on their roster, but they're also in an interesting situation with the whole Hobbit free agency, and then again playing in the tournament. You got to expect maybe there's some turmoil going on in the team, or some sort of conflict. I don't know. I can only assume, but maybe that'll play into our advantage when we play against them.
Who's giving the biggest threat to Complexity right now on the CS:GO scene overall?
The biggest threat? Definitely like within our region, Liquid. They're clearly the best team in North America, and you know, when you're within a region, you're fighting for that best team in the region spot. They're definitely on a bigger level in terms of their map pool and their consistency, and I think our focus is on developing our map pool and bringing our consistency to a level where we could compete with them on a regular basis.
But do you have time for that right now? Because you have a lot of online matches and of course the LAN tournaments. When do you find time to improve everything like that?
It's extremely difficult. I mean, we spent the 5 weeks in Europe, like I said, immediately after we went to New York for that tournament. And then we played online matches the next 2 days before we came here. So it's been a whole lot of nonstop traveling in CS, but we need to just make the most out of our days. Even like today, after we finish up our media, we're probably going to head to the practice room and scrim and go over stuff. And that's why it's really valuable that these tournaments will have these practice rooms for us, so we can find that opportunity, which we otherwise wouldn't have had.
So what's the plan for the next few months? Which tournaments are you going to compete on? And maybe we will have some boot camp or rest. What's the plan?
Yeah, so after hopefully a good showing at StarSeries, we head back and we have the online seasons sort of starting and continuing for EPL and ECS. And our goal is to qualify for the playoffs for both of those leagues. I think EPL will be a little bit easier than ECS because it's more teams that qualify for EPL, but still it's not going to be easy. A lot of these teams are playing very well online, and they haven't been traveling as much as we do and have had a lot of time to sit at home and practice. So that'll be our focus. Outside of that, if we qualify or get invited to any future tournaments, maybe like DreamHack Winter or Atlanta, then those as well. But right now, I think the online leagues will finally be our main focus.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Good luck at the StarSeries, and thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you.